Hello everyone, it's Kavita from Red Door Yoga and thank you for joining me online for the Red Door Yoga Mini Sutra series. Today I wanted to talk to you about the message of sadness. Now in the past I talked to you about the fact that all emotions have a message for you and that once you understand the message of an emotion, of a particular emotion, then you've got two choices, and those choices are you either change your perception of the thing or you change your procedure around the message. Okay, so let's look at sadness today. The message of sadness is that something has been lost. Think about if someone dies and you feel immense sadness. It's because you feel not only that you've lost that person, but you've lost what that person represents or what that person brings into your life. Perhaps they used to visit you on a regular basis, and it was sort of a wonderful uplift to your day. Maybe you talk to them on a regular basis and they were a confidant, or they were someone you could go to if you needed advice in some way, shape, or form. Okay, I remember when my grandmother actually was dying, that I suddenly came to realize that there was immense sadness in me because she'd been there every step of the way in my life in some way, shape, or form. She'd been alive. She'd been around the entirety of my life at that point, and I never realized the steadiness of that presence until I knew it was leaving. So there was sadness around that. There was a sense of loss that was being experienced, and that's what sadness is. The message is something has been lost, or something is about to be lost. In the case where I felt sadness over my grandmother's impending death. And I did feel sadness when she died as well. Now, I'm using death as an example. There are many, many, many other examples of sadness occurring. Let's say you feel that someone betrayed you and you actually feel sadness. Something has been lost. Perhaps it was the assurity you carried in yourself that you knew this person, that you could rely on this person. It doesn't matter what it is. The moment there is sadness, there is a perception of loss, and that is its message. So once you understand that that's the message of your sadness, that something has been lost, or something is perceived as being in the process of being lost, then the next question is, what do I do with it? Do I change my perception of it? For example, maybe the thing hasn't actually been lost. Sometimes changing the perception is to come to a realization the thing never was. But if you decide the thing was, maybe you can actually change your perception to the idea that it still is in some way, shape, or form. If I go back to the idea of death, there are many people who, when someone dies that they care about and that they have an important relationship with, they might actually continue to talk to that person even after they're dead. And they may talk to them in the privacy of their own time and space. They might actually place something within their home or outside of the home that is a remembrance of this person, a way of feeling like that person is still there. Okay, that's changing the procedure, which we'll talk about a little bit. But if you are going to do that, you also have to change your perception of loss. You haven't actually lost them because they are dead. That they are something that you could keep within you. That they are something that is still existent in the world around you in some way, shape, or form. Perhaps their deeds are still present, and that is their presence to you. So that's changing your perception. Changing your procedure is how you maneuver from there. What do you do from there? So as I said, a changing of a procedure might be, I have gone through this loss. I'm going to maybe find someone else. So find another relationship that can bring that perceived lost thing back into my life. People very often do it with romantic relationships. They do it with friendships. They do it with their pets. You had a dog or a cat or that you really genuinely loved and they've passed away. And then at some point in time, they decide to get another dog or another cat. And what they are replacing isn't really that dog or that cat, because most people will tell you that, another dog or another cat or another friend isn't a replacement for the person who is gone. And I consider animals people. Okay. So isn't a replacement in that way, as in it is equal to, but rather what you're doing is you're attempting to replace the thing that is lost, the essence, the love, the connection, the support. You're trying to replace that loss is what you're doing, knowing that you cannot replace that person and the specifics of that person. So that's an example of changing your procedure. Changing your procedure might be placing an item within your view, within your home, within your space, or outside of your space that allows you to still feel a connection to that person. I have lost them. I acknowledge that. So I'm not changing my perception around it, but I'm going to change my procedure. Okay, that will help my perception of complete loss be changed. Okay. So I hope that was helpful, everyone. If we don't recognize the message of sadness, sadness in itself can feel immovable. It can feel overwhelming. But if we understand the message, we can look more to the point of what it's asking for of us. We can do something with it. And that's why it's here. It's here as a messenger. That's it. It's here to say to us, you have experienced, or you are experiencing, a loss. What would you like to do with it? What would you like to do about it? Okay? But if you don't understand the message, you don't understand the question. And if you don't understand the question, you will feel lost in your action. You will feel at a loss as to what to do about it and for it and with it. And its presence is a gift to you. It's a gift of a message to help you. I hope that was helpful, everyone. It's wonderful to be here with you. If you have questions, comments, thoughts, please put them in the comments section. If you found this helpful, I can guarantee you that there are others who would find it helpful as well. Please do share this video. You never know who's going to see it, and you never know who it's going to help immensely, especially when it comes to sadness. Sadness can be something that we become very stuck in and can really overwhelm our life and overwhelm the joy that's available to us unless we understand its message. So please share it, help others. Maybe sometimes it's someone you don't even realize needs that help. So please do share, and thank you for being part of the Red Door Yoga community. We love being here with you, and I look forward to seeing you again very, very soon. Namaste.